Right. So this is a screen you are greeted with when you open the software for the first time. Sometimes you are greeted with a blank screen. This is what I mean. Up here, there's a home button here. If I click on this home button, this is what happens. Sometimes this is a screen you are greeted with. If you are greeted with this, just come and click on the home button to bring you here. So what we are seeing here, just like any other software, what we are seeing here is you see on the left side, you have the model. So it means when you want to create a new model, you see new there, you see open there, you want to open an existing model. You come down, you see what we call families. If you want to open a new family or create a new family, you have that there. We'll learn what families are. Then on your right side, we have models and family. Right? Models here, family down here. So you can see they have recent files. So if you've worked on some recent projects, you see them here. If you've worked on some recent families, you see them here. So if I want to open any of these recent files, I can just click on it and then it will open. Or I can go and look for the file, double click on it, then the software will open, just like any other software. Are you okay? Alternatively, if you are greeted with this screen, you can still click on file, then you see new here. Then you can open a new project. You can also do that from here, or a new family, right? But preferably, we always want to be here to make our life simple, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to open what we call the sample architectural project. Everyone has it. If you look on your interface, you see what we call sample architectural project. It's a sample project provided by Autodesk for us to see how a typical project is in the software. So let's click on that. And one other thing you have to notice is Revit, unlike other softwares, if I create a project with 2023, you can't open with a lower version. You get me? It has to be the same version or a higher version. So if you create with 19, I can open with 23. Once I open with 23, if I send it back to you, you can't open it. So you have to know the people you work with, the version you guys want to use. Or alternatively, you can install multiple versions on your machine. So you can decide to install 23, 24, and 90, anyhow you want to do it. That's if you have space for that. So that when the person sends it to you, you ask first, yeah, but I did create it. Else, I send to you, I create 90, send to you. Why you baby send it back to me, I can't open it. Unless I go and install that year before I can open it. So I think 23, and bad, and I say, like AutoCAD, people are still using 2008 AutoCAD. So the 20 is okay. There's 25, there's 24. I know go issue abey on one. Won't you on one? No, I help you. You speak tree. You speak tree. So this is how the software is. When you open a sample project, this is what you are greeted with. So what we are seeing here is what we call a title sheet. I'll explain the interface, the ribbons up there before we come to the sheet itself. So up here, see the guys here. Just like any software, we call them the quick access toolbar. Open Microsoft Word, you see it. Open PowerPoint, any software, you see it. So those tools are the Q80, quick access toolbar. They are there for you to access them quickly. It means that they are somewhere in the software, but you just update so they can access it quickly. That's all. For example, this guy here is the save tool. If I want to save, it means I have to come and click file. Then click on file. Then I'll go and look for save here. Instead of this process, I can just click here. That's all. Then it's saved. The same with all these guys. So this is a save. What tool is this? You put your cursor on it, they'll tell you what it is. This is synchronize, this is undo, redo, this is print, this PDF. You have annotation, you have the tag, you have the text, you have 3D, and so on and so forth. Right? Then you see some names here. You have file, architecture, structure, steel, precast, system, goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on. The names you see there, we call them tabs, TABS, like a browser, TABS tabs. And so when I say go to architecture tab, I mean come and click on the name here, architecture. We good? If I say go to structure tab, I mean come and click your structure tab here. That's what it means. So go to analyze, click on analyze, go to view, manage, you go there, and so on and so forth. And so we are not going to use all the tabs because this architectural design class. The steel, the precast, the system, we're not going to use them. Collaborate, you're not going to use it. We're going to use architecture, we're going to use insert, annotate, massing and size. We use most of them. Use most of them. Right? Then you can see that this is architecture. That's the one selected. What it means is that all the tools you are seeing down here, they are all under architecture. You good? If I click on structure now, see what happens. When I click on structure, if I click on structure, you realize that all the tools down there will change from architecture to structure. So see, you have different tools here. These are the structural tools. So it's the same with all the tabs. Once you click on a tab, it gives you the tools associated with that tab. Are we okay? Then there's something we call tooltip. A tooltip is this is what a tooltip is. If I put my mouse on this guy here and I leave it, it will give me the name of that tool and give me a tip of what that tool is used for. So it tells you this is a wall, right? Put it on yours and leave it and see what happens. It tells you this is a wall, right? But yours have wall. There's something in bracket. What's that? WA. For some reason, this is the first time I don't have it. You have it. I've not seen this happen before. But recently I did a new installation and I don't have the WA. The WA is the shortcut. After my installation, I don't know what I did. All my shortcuts didn't were not working. So I had to set them again. So the WA is in the bracket is a shortcut for wall. You get it. So the shortcut is WA. It is not Shift WA or Control WA or WA and go and press Enter. No, it's just W. So you press W, take your hands off, then press A, then the command will work. Don't press the whole W and go and press A. Right? We'll learn the shortcut. We'll learn how you can change it if you want to. You can change it. It's good mine doesn't have. We'll change it. I'll add and we'll see how that is done. So all the tools, if you put your mouse pointer on it, to give you the tool name. I think though the shortcut is DR. Then you have the guy pop down there. Does Windows have shortcut? W what N? W what? Windows is what? W N. So it goes on like that to the end. You may not find yourself using shortcut a lot. But the tools they are easy to find. Except you're a shortcut person. You can immerse yourself into learning the shortcut. I don't use it. I just use a few. Okay, so that's it about the guys down here. So the guys here, the name actually is Ribbon, right? But I will be saying twos. Ribbon is too heavy. I'll just say twos. And then we are gone. Then you guys have this. Uh, so you have this guy here on the left side. Close yours. Well done. You have this on your left side, right? Everyone has it. Tunka. Close it, Tunka. Why don't you close it, Tunka? So don't worry. Just what you have here, there are two things. Over here, you see what we call properties. Then when I scroll down over here, is this properties? When I scroll down, I'll see project browser. So these are two things. These two guys, there's no way you can model in Revit without them. It's not possible. You always need them to be there because one, we said Revit is a BIM software, right? So your properties is where you can go and change the dimensions we spoke about. So if you select wall, you want to change the size of the wall, the height and all that, you have to do it under the properties. So if the properties is not there, you can't determine the wall you use, right? You select a table, chair, you have to see them under properties. That is why the properties is important. It has a lot of other functions which we'll go to later. Primarily, that's what it's used for. Then down here, you see what? The project browser. The first thing you see under the project browser is what? Views. Has yours come? Has it come? You keep looking at it. I thought it does come. You see another project, another project browser is views, right? Good. What it means is that all your views are there. By way of views, I'm talking about your floor plans, your elevations, your sessions, your sheets, anything view, your legends, your shadow, everything is there. So it means that if you close your project browser, you cannot see the floor plans. If you have a floor plan, where are you going to draw? You get me? So those two guys are very important. There's no way you can model in a software without them. So we always need them to be there. And so we have them on the left side of the screen. You can, however, move one to the other side. So you have both of them, one here. Because you realize that this guy, the properties, for instance, if I come and I scroll, there are a lot of things under. Right? And the same with this guy. So if I move one here, means I dedicate all this side for one and dedicate all this side for the other one. Then I can have. But you have a small screen like yours, it may be a challenge, Nicholas. It may be, but you can still do it and model. It depends on you, right? Some people too live it this way and they are good. So do what is good for you. Uh, do what is good for you. So I'm going to show you if you want to move one to the other side. If you want to move one to the other side, how do you do it? So if I want to move one here, what do I do? Anyone you want to move, you come there. You see where the name is. So let's say if I want to move the project browser, see where I have the name project browser. You click and drag. So when I click and drag from here, it will come up. Then you see now this one fills the whole place. So right now this guy is doing what we call is floating. If you want it to float, you can let it float and do your model. It's up to you. Me, I don't want it to float. I want to put it stack it to the other side. So to stack it, again, drag it from where the name is to this side for it to touch the screen. When it touches the screen here, the edge of the screen, nothing happens, right? So if you want something to happen, keep dragging till where your mouse is, touches the screen. If I drag and my mouse touches the edge of the screen, this will happen. It means that when I leave it, this is how it's going to be. If I leave it now, this guy is here, this guy is here. Somebody may also want to move the properties instead here and leave project browser here. It is you. Do what suits you. Good. If I want to move it back, I'll come here, click on the project browser, and then drag it out from here. And bringing it back here, if you come here and do this, you want what me do? Something happens here when I get here. This means if I leave it, this is how it will be. So if I leave it, what happens? It comes side by side. If you want to use it this way too, you can. Then I can open this up this way. I can use it side by side. It's up to you. I remove it from here. Then now, if I come again, you bring it to the edge. If I leave it, this will happen. Side by side again. I'll click to move it from there. This guy occupies the space, so I'll drop it down. If you want it originally the way it was, up and down, it means that you have to bring it down. When you see this, then you leave it, and it comes this way, right? I can drag it out. Sometimes when you're bringing it down, this will happen. You come down, sometimes this happens. It means when you leave it, should I leave it? Yes. So I'll leave it. So this will happen, right? We don't want it. So I'll click and drag it from there. You always click and drag from where the name is. Okay. So, there's something you can do. Let me see if I can achieve that. Sometimes you do it and it will stack. One will stack on the other. Let me see. Good. When you leave it like this, but why that? This is now only one. So what is happening here is that you can when you come down here, you see that the project browser is here and the properties is here. You have to click on it to see the other one. This is stress. I beg you. Yeah, it's stress. But if you it's not stress for you, that's fine. It's stress for me, so I move it from there. So I come to where the name is. Click and drag it out. Then I will put my project browser here. So see what's happening. When I click and drag, a you number, you can see. So it means I have to come down here and drag the properties from here. Are you okay? Good. Then you can have this guy over here like this. Any question? It's not difficult. Okay. Yes. So mistakenly, you may close it. You can see there's a cancel sign here. Maybe a mistake. You are saying mistake. Fine. So you click on it, then it's gone. Right? Click on this one too. It's gone. Then you have to bring it back because we are saying that you can't model without them. So how do we get them back? To get them back, on your tabs, there's one of the tabs called View. You go to that View tab. View tab is here. If I click on View tab, I'll see some options down there. Another option, the one on my far right, I'll see what we call user interface. Click on user interface. Then after clicking, you see a list. Inside the list, you see the project browser and the properties. Just select them. And they will come. Do we have it? Any question? So keyboard shortcut I mentioned. How do we set shortcut? How do we change them? How do you add? How do you remove if you want to go that way? The same place we went right now for the properties and then the project browser. Let's go there. So you click on view, you click on user interface. The last thing you see is what? Keyboard shortcut. Excellent. Put your mouse on the keyboard shortcut, don't click. What do you see? You see the name, right? Into bracket, yes. So that's the shortcut for keyboard shortcut. Yes. So let's see. I also have it, so it means I can use it. So let's see how we use it. If I click, let's watch first. I'll click on the keyboard shortcut. Then the keyboard shortcut panel will open. It opens up this way. Yours shouldn't be slow. Right? There's some processes happening. So these are the keyboard shortcut opens. Right? I'll close it. If I want to use a shortcut, this is how I use it. If I want to shortcut inside the software, so I'll do this. K, right? KS. So I press K, you take your hands off. Then you press S. Then it will load, and then it will come. That's how the keyboard shortcut works, right? So you can try it and see. KS. No, close this one and use the keyboard shortcut to come here. Yes. Inside the keyboard shortcut, I'll look for wall. You see the commands are here, plenty. If you say you're going to scroll, by the time maybe so you can come here and search for the command you want. So if I come here, for instance, and I type war, I'll see war in my case. But if you type war, you see WA over there. But I will not see WA because mine there is no shortcut assigned to that. I'm going to assign a shortcut to my wall and let's see what happens. So this is my wall. There is no shortcut. To add, I'll click on the wall here. Are you watching? I'll click here. Come down here. You see, press new keys. Then I'll press WA. So you can decide to put, you can even use three. You can put WAL. That's stress. Now come here, WA. Or you can even put AA. It depends on you so that you know AA number or WW. Anyhow you want to do it. But it's WA. So I'll put WA and I'll click here. Then WA will now come here. Now when I click on OK, when I go to architecture and put my mouse on the wall, I will now have to see my WA. Architecture and then wall. So I see wall into bracket WA. So that's how you assign a shortcut. Right? So I'll come back here and then if you want to remove a shortcut, let's look for a tool with a shortcut. If you want to remove a shortcut, most of my shortcuts are gone. So I can import shortcuts so that it fills up for me. Rather than see. So let's say, let me look for war again. And that's what about. So if I want to remove the war shortcut, I'll look for the tool I want to remove the shortcut. Then I'll click on the tool. Then shortcut down here, you see what remove. Once I say remove, it's gone. Now when I go back, I'll see war, nothing in bracket because I've removed the shortcut. Right? I don't want to remove. So let me just add assign. Click on OK. Then I have my shortcut placed. Are you okay? Excellent. So now we'll go to our project browser. You know what your project browser is, right? You know what a project browser is? You know what it is, all? So you go to project browser, under the views. The first thing you see there is what? Floor plans. Am I right? Under the floor plans, over here, you are seeing level one, level two, and then what? Excellent. Now you can see where you have the floor plan, the name. There's some minus sign by the left. This one. Can we see? If you click on the minus sign, you know what will happen, right? It will collapse the things under it. So once you click, the things under it will vanish, will hide. Then now it turns to a plus sign. If you click on a plus sign, it opens up. So you collapse or expand. Alternatively, when you double click on the name, if I double click on the floor plan, the same thing will happen. If I double click, it will open. So it depends on you. I find that easier than going to click on the minus and then click on the plus. So whatever suits you, do it. So it means that the level one, level two, level three are under the site. So you come down, you see 3D views. Under 3D views, so you see some things under it. You go down, you see elevation. You see elevations under it. You go down, you see session, header session, detail views, rendering, and so on and so forth. Right? Now, if you want to open any of the views under, let's say if I want to, you see under floor plan, I see level one. If I want to open level one, I will double click on it. So double click on level one, then you see that level one will open. You can see the level one. So this is the level one of this particular project. So this is level one of this project. I'll come to level two, double click on level two to show me level two of this project. Are we good? I'll come down. Let's come down to elevation. I open my east elevation. I'll double click on east. You see the east elevation. You good? Good. So the more you click to open the views, you can see that they are arranging up here. So once you open a view, it tabs up. It's also a tab, right? What it means is that now if I want to open level one, once it's up here, I can just come and click here and to show me level one. You good? Level two is here. So I click and see it. Site is here. I click and see it. However, it doesn't mean that there's a zoom. Okay, the zoom is still. It doesn't mean I cannot go back to the project browser and click. Because level one is here, I can still come here and click level one. If I click here, it's not going to open another one for me. It's going to open the same thing for you. So you can as much as well just click here and then you are done. Are you okay? Good. So you can see you have your elevations, your north, south, your east, and then your west. Once I click on north, I'll see north elevation. So all your elevations are there. You don't have to go and then think of how to create your elevations. Software does the thinking for you. Any question? Please. Yes. How do you do it? It's more than possible. We are not going to do that now. It's asking how you can create more. Maybe your project is 13 story, right? Abomama, when you put your 13 story. So how do you set the levels and then we do that? Right. So we'll see how we can set level up. Then we want to set levels. Going down to our foundation. We'll do foundation. Yeah. We'll do foundation. So we'll go down how to set the foundation level and all that. We'll learn how to do it. Good. Any other question? Um, now if you want to see the 3D, you have a question. Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah. That's true. So you see, so good question. When you click on a level, your properties fill up. So initially our properties was faint. Look at our properties now. What have we opened? Have we opened level one? So on our properties, you see now everything is active here. First we're on sheet. So you can see these guys. Get web. When I click on level one, you see a lot of things here. So it's giving you the properties of that level, right? Are you okay? Okay, it's giving you the properties of that level. We'll go more into it. Then we see how we can play with some of the guys over there. Now, if you want to see your 3D, that's what we're on. If you want to see your 3D, you see up here, there's a house here, a small house here. You can see it. There's a small house here. You see my mouse is here. I see my mouse. Good. There's a house here. Can we see the house? Click on the house. Once you click on the house, it takes you to the 3D of the project. So this is the 3D of the project. Very simple. So this is what I'm going to do. Let's see something. I'm going to level one. Please watch me. I'm going to level one. Then I'm going to select. You see, there's a table here. There's a table here. I'm going to click on the table. Once I click on the table, in my properties, the software will tell you what you have selected. Okay. Oh, I just take it. I've selected the table, so in a jiffy this should change. Yours shouldn't be this slow. Click on table, click on the table, zoom into the table and click. So you see here, it tells me I've selected what the dining table, right? So it tells me the level where the dining table is. We'll go into how to change the dimensions. I'm not doing that now. But now let's see something. You see, I've selected it. Please watch here. I've selected it in level one. When I click on my 3D here, 3D here, when I zoom in here, you see it's selected. But I didn't select it in 3D. Please be with me. I didn't select it in 3D, but I selected. What it means is that this software is like you building on site. If you select something somewhere, you have selected it in the project. So if you go and select a wall on your ground floor and you delete it, if you go to 3D, that wall will not be there. Are you with me? You select a table, you reduce the height. If you go to 3D, the height will be reduced. If you go to elevation, if that table is showing elevation, it will reduce there automatically. You don't have to go and do it again. You put a window there, you give it a window a height. You go to elevation, you see the window at that height. If you go to your floor plan and you change the height of the window, if you go to elevation, it will change by itself. Be good? Just what I mean. Quickly. If I move this table here, right? Let me move it outside. Don't move, don't move, don't move. If I move it outside here, if I go to 3D, I'll see the table outside. This is what I'm trying to say. In 3D, if I move it back inside, in 3D, if I go to level one, it will be back inside. So anything you do anywhere affects the whole project. So you select a window somewhere, you change it. Over corner, I change it. The other side. So everything is connected. You good? Excellent. If you want to undo, you know undo already. Undo is what? Undo is up there, right? It's up here. What is the shortcut for undo? Shortcut for undo. Undo. You can create your own UN. But there's a general shortcut for undo. It's what? Control Z. Right? Control Z. And the redo is what? Control Y or Control Shift Z. Yes, also correct. I'll give you that. So I'll undo all what I've done so that my table will come back to its correct position this way. You can see the way it's giving them the area of the space, right? It's automatic. Once you put in your dimension for your room, the software can give you the area. It's just simple calculation. Now we're going to learn how we can get that space. It's given us the area of here, this side. Okay. So you can see there's another one here. So it's giving the area of that particular space. That You determine the space. Even area of the whole thing. It's not also for one area of the whole thing. The whole thing. All right. We are going to learn how we can zoom in, zoom out, how you can pan, how you can pan around, how you can orbit. Right. These are essential. What we are learning today is essential to. It's a foundation to our modeling process. So that when we are modeling and I tell you to pan, you don't ask me how to pan. If I tell you to orbit to this side, you don't say how do I orbit. These are things that should be on your fingertips. You don't have to think before doing them. Are we here? Excellent. If you want to zoom in and out, you know it already. So you need a mouse to use the software. You need a mouse with a scroll. So use the scroll, right, to zoom in and zoom out. Now another trick with the zooming in and zooming out, it zooms into where the mouse pointer is. So if I put my mouse pointer here, I'm going to do zoom in, zoom out. This will happen. See the way it's zooming in? It's zooming into where the mouse pointer is. If I want to zoom into here, I put my mouse here and I zoom, then to go there. So where your mouse pointer is matters, right? So that's how to zoom. And how do you pan? Pan is moving around this way. Okay, this is what I mean. Pan. To pan, the same screw, but this time you're not going to screw it. You push it down, right? Once you push it down, then you move. Then it gives you that panning effect, right? So you can pan anyway. You can pan in 3D. You can pan in. If I open, let me go to elevation. I can pan here in elevation, right? You can zoom in elevation. I can go to 3D. I can pan here in 3D. And I can zoom here in 3D. My sheet. I can zoom in and out. And I can pan here. Alright. So back to level one. Now I want to what? Want to what? How is this called? What's this? Or rotate. It's not rotate, it's orbit. Alright. We want orbit. Orbit around like 3D. You can't orbit here. This is 2D. The only thing I orbit is a 3D object. 2D, if you are turning, what do you want to see? There's nothing there to see. So to turn around, you go to your 3D. So this is where we orbit. To orbit, you see the way we did the pan? You add shift to it. Is it working? Or you forgetting the pan? Is it working? You push down the scroll button, then hold shift. Then you can decide to hold shift first. Either way, it will work. Is it working? You don't have it. Is it working for you? Is it working for you? Then your mouse is spoiled. Or your shift is spoiled. I think there's an alternate. Let me see. Alternatively, you can use sometimes you scroll or go another scroll. I say you can use shift with the right mouse click. That will also work. So you hold shift, then use your right mouse click. Yeah, that will also work. So either way to work. Have a question? Okay, please. Yes, boss. See level one. We are here. Say again. A glass on a table. Hey, I wonder what go do. So let me click on a glass on the table. What's happening to it? You want to double click on it? What happened when you double click? No. So I've double clicked. When you double click, it's going to open what we call the family mode. Okay. If you double click on those on the door, on chair, table, it means you want to edit. You are going to where they created it. Okay. You don't have to go there unless you are doing advanced something you want to do it yourself. You go there means you want to go and recreate it. Okay. If you want to change, so it brings you here. So this is where they created it. If you know your way around, you can recreate it to create a different shape. So why do you want to delete it? Yeah. No, this one doesn't. This one doesn't delete. It closes that panel. It will not be deleted. So if I click, when you mistakenly double click and it opens this way, close it and say no to ask you if you want to save or something. That's if you've touched it. If not, it will not ask you anything. If you ask you to save, just say no. Then to bring it back to your project. If you want to take it off, you select, you delete it. Yeah, we're going to do that. Oh, okay, I'll go back to 3D. Let's see something. You see this thing here? We call it a view cube. This guy. It's like a Maggie cube. It's called a view cube. What it does is that, okay, let's see. So let's watch. If I'm orbiting, you can see that it's orbiting in the same direction as the building. Can you see it? You can see it. So in a way, if you want to orbit, you can use that. That is difficult. Maybe you can master it. Me, don't take me there. So this is how you can use it. So you can come, click and drag. If you click and drag, you see what's happening. It goes along for you. What I use this for is sometimes I'm modeling and I want to face the building. Okay. I want to face it. And I feel lazy to go and click on maybe the side, that side of the elevation. So I can click on it here. You can see they have front, back, left, right. So if I click on the front this way, it will give me the front for the model. Then I can just do whatever I want to do. Instead of going back to click on the south elevation, it will give me the front of the building. I rather do this. You can see, right? So if you click, if you bring your mouse here, you can see the spot here, the perspective view. If you click, to give you that perspective view. So how the cube is, that's how your model will be. So you can play with that. We call that a view cube. How do you delete? Normal delete. Press delete key. If I want to delete, let's say I zoom in here, I select this table, I want to delete. Delete on my keyboard, the table is gone. On level one, table is gone. Deleted it from the project, it's gone. So you don't delete anyhow. It's tempting. Sometimes in 3D, something will be blocking you want to delete. You forget it. So once you delete, it's gone from the project. Your intention is not to put it off. Maybe you just wanted to take it off in 3D. We'll learn how to do it. There's something called hide. So you hide in that view, you can still see it in the other views instead of deleting. Undo. Let's say one year undo, why you might be. Then I want to bring it back. I can bring it back. We can bring it back. You just select it and come and put it back there. All right. So I can go to component. It's a component. Just go to component. You see the table there. Come and put it back there. It's not any damage. So I can undo, get my table back. So you can use delete to delete, or you can select what you want to delete. Let me select the chair. Then I can use backspace. If you press backspace, it will also delete, right? Not space bar, backspace. You know backspace. Space bar will rotate. So click on backspace, it will also delete. Or you can select it, right click, you'll see the options. Delete is there. Click on delete to go away. Or you can select it. Then if once after selecting over here, you see this. It's for delete. If you click, it will delete. If you put your mouse on it, you see DE as shortcut. So maybe the shortcut for delete is DE. So select the object, you press DE. I don't know why you would do that. Okay, you can just press delete and it's gone. Or you're going to press DE. You waste some seconds. Are you okay? Excellent. So, but it's up to you if DE is what you want. Please, DE that thing to go away. So you can delete anything you want except pinned object. If an object is pinned, you can't delete it. Okay? Just like putting something on the notice board, putting a pin in it to not fall unless the pin comes off. So if something is pinned, you can't delete. If you start your own project, nothing is pinned except you are pinning something. There are times we'll get to a place, there are times you download something online you want to use in a project. You select it, you realize you cannot make some changes to it. It means that object is pinned. Just unpin it. Unpinning is not for any process be. I just click, then it's done. So now let's pin something. Two of my chairs are gone. What did I do? So let's pin something. To pin, let's say I want to pin. What do I pin? You can pin anything, right? So let me pin this guy in 3D. Let me see. So it's this guy, right? I'll select this guy. If I want to pin, you see up here under your modified tools, the tools here. See this guy here, pin. If I click on a pin, let's watch. Immediately I click on pin. Now I'll see a pin here attached to it. What it means is if I select this table and I press delete, the table will not go. And the software will tell you down here what it reads there. It says that pin objects were not deleted. To delete them, unpin them before using delete. It can never go away once you pin them, right? When you pin something, you can't delete, you can't move it, you can't rotate it because that will affect the physical form of that object. But you can do other things to it, which we'll do later on. You can mirror it, you can copy it. But mirror and copy will not affect the physical thing. Are you okay? So if you want to unpin, very simple. The same way you pin, select the table or whatever object you pinned. Then go back to where you pinned it. Now you will not see the pin. You see a pin with a cancel sign. This one. Or that same table, you see the pin there. You can click on it. It will unpin it. Then I want to delete. The guy will go away. So I will undo for him to come back this way. Are you okay? Okay. It's fine. We'll close here. Let me show you one last thing, then we'll close. Then we'll sort it out. Are you okay? We are going to do what we call in Revit. You determine the unit of measurement you want to use to model. If you want to use feet, you want to use inches, you want to use centimeters, millimeters, it's up to you. There are two forms of measurement, the imperial and the metric. We all know. What are some of the examples of the imperial? Imperial. Imperial, feet and inches, you say. So feet, inches, those ones, they fall under imperial form of measurement. US. Then you have the UK, which is the metric, which we use. Millimeters, centimeters, and so on and so forth. So you tell me which one you want to use. The accepted unit here for the assemblies is millimeters. Right? However, some people are able to get permit and all that with other units. There are some people, if you are not some people, you do millimeters without trouble. And you get your permit and you go away. Right? By default, the project is in millimeters. This project. So let's see how we can change it if we want. Right? I'll go to level one. Then in level one, you see they have some grid lines here. According to their project, the grid lines they have the same dimensions. Okay. But I will change the dimension just to illustrate what I want us to do. Are we okay? So I'll change the dimension. Don't do it, it may affect you. Just watch. So I have this change. So I have some different dimensions. So you have 3000 mm, 2850 mm, and I have 3150 mm. So I'm going to change my project unit to what do I change it to? Feet. Right. To go to where you change your project unit, you find it under the manage tab. So on the tabs you see manage, right? I'll click on manage. Watch me. Let me do it. Will you watch me do it first? I beg you. I'll click on manage. Then under the manage tab, mine doesn't have a shortcut. The shortcut for project unit is UN. You see yours. So I'll click on manage. After clicking on manage, after clicking on manage, I'll see some icons here. Under these icons, this guy here is what? Project unit. If I click on project unit, it will open the project unit table for me. It's a simple table. The trick with this software is you have to know where to find something. Once you find it, you can use it easily. The more you use it, the more you find out where it is. Right? So this is the project unit table. So under here, you can see we have unit. Then we have what? Format.
Format.
Okay. Unit and format. The first unit is angle. You can see the format here. It's in what? Degrees. The second one is area. The format is in what? Square meter, or you say meter square. Then it goes down and so forth and so forth. What we are interested in is the length, the linear measurement, right? So you see here, they have length. The unit of measurement is millimeters. I'll click on the unit over here, and this will open for me. You have millimeters here. If I click on the millimeters, I'll see the other units. Then I can just change it. If I change it to feet, you say that's all. Just click on OK. I click on OK. Then the units will change to feet.
Okay.
Now, what's
That
happening
is
here?
this number.
It will change every unit in your project to feet,
To fit. Okay.
right? And so we see here we have
Okay.
3,000. It's now 10 feet. This was
Then
two something. It's now 9 feet. But here plus something 3150, right? But it has made that one to 10 feet. So it's 10 something, right? So there's by default there's a functionality that
mhm.
runs it up or down. You get it? So you can tell the software, really, don't run up for me. Give me the raw fit value. The software will give you the raw fit value, right? So we'll do this again. I'll go back to the unit, project unit. In another project unit, even the 3,000, the 10 feet, 3,000 is not 10 feet. It's 9 point, the brothers and sisters over there, right? So this is what we do. See, under the length, you see that's now changed to feet because we changed it to feet. I'll click on it. Then you see here, rounding. So we have 0 decimal places. I'll click on it and I'll say round it to the 2 decimal places. You hear me? Then when I click on OK and OK, this will happen. Now it gives you the raw thing,
Yeah.
the exact measurement without calculator. You can also decide to say, I want to see the unit, the symbol. Can give you the fit. If you want to see the FT, can give you the FT. It's all up to you. When we get to dimension, we realize that we can dimension and dimension with two separate units. You can have feet, you can have millimeters at the same time. So we'll get to dimension. So once I do this, it means anything I want to model, I have to model in feet because I've changed the unit. So this may trick you. Maybe you want to put 3,000 mm. We if it's a watch and feet, and you're going to put 3,000. It will give you 3,000 feet. And
Hey.
yeah, why is my wall going to? You've forgotten that you've changed the measurement, right? All right. Any question else? We'll draw the curtains for today's class. Any question? No question. Bismarck, do you have a question?
No, please.
Okay. Hopefully, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. So the video will be post rendered and then sent to you tomorrow in your WhatsApp.
Okay.
The page will be created. If you don't get a video, put it on the page that I've not had a video. And make sure the video is sent.
Okay.
Where's the sheet? The sheet with you. Have you written your name and your WhatsApp number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please let me know. Thank you. All right. All right, guys. Yeah. Is there a question? Okay. Excellent. So let's do this. You see the tabs there, the architecture, the structure, the manage, and all that. If you double click on it, this will happen to you. Any of them, it's the same thing will happen. Once you double click, it's not heavy, but it has changed. Uh, how do I put it? It's just changed to a different format. You see what's happening? This was happening. This was happening. So everything is still there. If I click on architecture, wall and everything with the bar, I block up share as here. So it means you have to go through some process before you get it. See the build is here. Now when I click on build, I can see the wall, window, and other things. Uh, so to get it back, Just double click again. Any of the tabs, double click again. Okay. When you double click again, it's not coming back, right? Yes, it will change it to another one, another view. Then double click again till you get what you want. Okay, I think 4 times or so. Is it back? Excellent. So you see to change to this one. When I double click again, I think that the original one should come back here. Then the original one will come back. Then you are free. As mine come, no. Or alternative, you can use this. Okay, mine has come. All right. Any other? Five, same time. Yeah. So I'm using Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday for 3 weeks. Then you are done. Yes. I have to practice it. For the weekday class, it's a lot of work. Okay. Because weekend they come on Saturday, they have a whole week to practice to the next Saturday. But you we are meeting Wednesday. You get it? The advantage anyways, okay, because we meet Wednesday, we meet Thursday, back to back. Then you have Friday and the weekend to practice before Monday. So it's still the same thing. Right. So I'm